You know, sometimes a single day of football can completely redefine an entire season. Well, Saturday, January 17th, 2026, was absolutely one of those days. It sent a massive shockwave through the Premier League, and we're going to break down exactly how it all went down.
And look, it was immediately called a world shock, and that is not an exaggeration at all. I mean, from the title race all the way down to the relegation battle, the ground completely shifted in just a matter of hours.
And right at the heart of all that drama? Old Trafford. Because the biggest winner of the day, without a shadow of a doubt, was Manchester United.
I mean, the turnaround here was just stunning. Before this derby, United was, let's be honest, kind of on and off. Their defense was leaky, unreliable, you just couldn't trust them. But after 90 minutes against their biggest rivals, a decisive 2-0 victory, and it was built on a defense that was just rock solid, City's world-class attack simply had no answers. It was a total transformation.
So, how'd they pull it off? Well, on the pitch you had Brian Mbeumo grabbing a key goal and Patrick Dorgu sealing the deal. But the real story here, you gotta talk about the Carrick effect. In his very first game back for his second spell as manager, Michael Carrick's tactics were absolutely spot on. And just like that, one massive win catapulted United right back into the race for a top 5 spot. And let's put City's failure into perspective for a second. This was their 5 losses of the season. For a team trying to defend the title, that is a huge number, and it just highlights how incredible United's defensive performance really was.
But you know how it is in football. For every winner, there's got to be a loser. And on this day, it wasn't just one giant that stumbled. It was several. The title contenders. They faltered, and they faltered hard.
Really, it was a tale of two very different failures. On one hand, you have Manchester City losing the crucial derby to their arch-rivals. And on the other, you have Liverpool, at home, dropping points against Burnley, a team stuck way down at the bottom of the table. Both of them, in their own way, just failed to show up when it counted.
For City, the damage to their title hopes was just severe. They are now stuck on 43 points, a full 6 points behind the leaders, Arsenal. And what's worse, they've played one more match. All of a sudden, that title defense is looking very, very shaky.
And over at Liverpool, that 1-1 draw must have felt like a crushing defeat. With City losing, this was a golden opportunity, a massive chance to gain ground and really put the pressure on. But instead, they stumbled, a huge missed opportunity.
But this whole story wasn't just about the top 2 or 3 teams. Not at all. The chaos from that one day created a massive ripple effect that was felt right across the entire league.
I mean, the chaos was everywhere you looked. Chelsea grabbed a 2-0 win over Brentford, putting them right on Liverpool's tail for 6th place. We saw a London derby upset, with West Ham's win sending Spurs tumbling all the way down to 14th. Meanwhile, Sunderland's incredible hot streak just keeps going, pushing them into the top 10. And down at the bottom, Leeds got a vital home win in their fight to survive. It was just non-stop drama.
So you might be asking, what about the league leaders in all this? Well, here's the ultimate irony of the day. Arsenal, they only managed a 0-0 draw away at Nottingham Forest. Now, on any normal weekend, that's a pretty disappointing result. But on this weekend, they basically survived. And because all their rivals failed, their lead at the top actually got bigger.
So, after all that, what was the final result? Well, when the dust settled, we were looking at a new reality. A league table completely transformed by just one day of football.
So let's take a look. After all that madness, what does the top of the table actually look like now?
All right, check this out. Arsenal are now sitting pretty on 49 points with a commanding 6-point lead. And here's the interesting part. Manchester City, on 43 points, aren't alone in second place anymore. They are now level with a surging Aston Villa. The pressure is officially on.
And what about the day's biggest winners? Well, with that massive victory, Manchester United have jumped all the way into 5th place. They are firmly back in the race for European qualification next season. What a turnaround.
Which, of course, leaves us with the biggest question of all. Was this huge win for Manchester United the start of a brand new, successful era under Michael Carrick? Or was it just one fleeting, brilliant moment in a season that has been absolutely full of shocks? I guess only time will tell.